having a great team dynamic that is stronger together comes from how do we support each other to lift each other up higher? How does my strengths help highlight your strengths? And how do we perform at a higher level that we're incapable of doing on our own? And so when it comes to sports, it's constantly about trying to unite our whys so that we can work hard together, but also complement each other so we can achieve more.
Hey, Pat, welcome back, brother.
How's it going?
Good, man. Good. So we've been talking, we're talking about mindset. We've gone through a lot of these different episodes, good feedback. And we were just talking about growth mindset, outside comfort zone, a lot of good conversations about that. Today, one of the things that is interesting that I love talking about, and I want to hear your perspective, is the team dynamic stronger together, right? And that to me is important in success of anything, right? Being able to have that dynamic and team understanding each other and then being stronger together. Your thoughts on what is the difference between a group of individuals and an actual team in your experience?
That's a great question. I think the difference is whether they're united, right? And are they working towards a common goal? So, when we think about the sports field, right, you're going to have a lot of talented individuals, but they can only achieve so much on their own. And I think having a great team dynamic that is stronger together comes from how do we support each other to lift each other up higher? How does my strengths help highlight your strengths? And how do we perform at a higher level that we're incapable of doing on our own? And so when it comes to sports, it's constantly about trying to unite our whys so that we can work hard together, but also complement each other so we can achieve more.
And I think I like that because it is always identifying, right? Like, what does it mean to have individuals versus an actual team, right? Which leads into my next question, and I'll talk about this too with my experience in business. And how do you handle the one person who's uber talented, best player, but not a team player? That's always a balance I think coaches, mentors, teams have to deal with. What's your thoughts on that?
Yeah, so I think on the sports field, it's a little bit easier, right? Because we're all like trying to go win a game together. So it's a little easier for me to connect to a player like, hey, even though you're this very talented individual, like working together is going to help maximize your opportunities. But what resonates to me when you ask me that question is actually a client of mine that manages 16 people at her job. And she was asking for advice on like really skilled person that just gets a ton of work done, but then just like shuts off the computer and then goes their own way once they get their work done, right? And so I advised her on how do you create a common connection within the work team that helps this person feel more valued? How do you help them feel like their why is connected to the rest of the team in the business sense? They have big projects. They're trying to get through all of these transcripts to help develop those so that they can push that onto the next rung of the project. And so what I advised was like, make this person feel valued. How do you let them know that what they're doing is extremely valuable to the team, and then make them have a sense of connection to the team and a connection to their value, and then they're going to want to achieve more? How do you recognize them in the spotlight in front of others and give them the accolades they deserve? How do you make sure that they know that they're valued? And what I find is when most people feel that they have a value to others and that other people appreciate and recognize them, then they're more willing to give more to the team and get on board with that. And I think that's unique to the business world because, a lot of people show up to do their job and then clock out. So how do you create a team culture within the business world? And if you can be extremely effective.
And it comes down to buy-in, right? Like you just said it, with what you just said. I mean, buying in and in my opinion, sports world, a little bit easier to deal with. Again, you're working with a group of individuals, an actual team, getting everyone to experience and being together, the togetherness, right? Again, team dynamic, stronger together, right? But then also, like you said about handle the one person who's talented but not a team player, I think we could get them there, right? And it is easier. Now in business, you've got the different dynamics of finance, people wanting to kind of climb the corporate ladder, people hitting the proverbial glass ceiling, right? There's a lot of different things. And in my experiences, managing teams or individuals in teams globally, challenging. Everyone's got the different time zones, different cultures, different expectations. Hey, we want to do things here. I want it done the way here it is in Germany. Well, it's different how it's done in Mexico. It's different how it's done in the US. It's different how it is in Japan. Those different regions are different cultures. So culture is everything too, right? Like respecting it, but then coming to a common mission, right? To me, that's what's important. What is the outcome here that we want to do? What are we coming together for? And people generally, if you get them to see and lead into this is our goal, how do you play your role in it, or how can you be a part of this success to be able to be stronger together? They'll understand it because it does impact. And in business, everything is motivated to not just, being together, but it's finance, money related. Let's be real about that, right? But at the same time, getting to that point and understanding, but also having everyone have their individual or group or team goals also has to be cultivated and nurtured, right? So I would say it's a lot more challenging in that sense because, the Japanese folks, before you even talk deals, their culture, some of the folks know this, they want to get to know personal chat first before we even talk to business, then business later. And even then that's very casual, but they're all about personal, right? Here in the US, it's direct, right? Some people don't like that. But in my experience with this, the team dynamics, the stronger together does play success in everyone, and you get everyone to buy into it. Once you have buy-in, everyone understands the end goal, everyone wins and succeeds at the end, so, again, I always think that distributed corporate teams, locker rooms, as you said, I've seen the dynamics on both sides, and I think stronger together with what you said is where it's at. And honestly, Pat, that's it. And I think the takeaway from this segment of Team Dynamic Stronger Together, I want to impress upon our listeners is don't undervalue it, guys. Because your success is also tied to the success of your teammates. Right. So do your part and ask the questions. I think, I think Pat, you'll agree with that. Right. And I just
Absolutely.
feel like, be part of this, be part of the system, be part of the success. Don't be part of the reasons holding it back. And that said, a lot for us to talk to you guys about. Again, subscribe, guys. We've talked about Team Dynamics Stronger Together here, and next one we'll be talking about gratitude here under the mindset. Subscribe, email, send us a message. Pat's available for some one-on-one on myself as well and the other teammates, and we appreciate your guys' support. And on behalf of Pat, myself, and the rest of the team, thank you guys for listening in, and please subscribe. Thanks, guys.